Welcome back to Digital Cortex. I don't know why I said it like that.
I don't know.
It sounds weird.
What up, bro?
I don't know if my levels are good.
I don't know.
Do you sound a little low? Did it sound a little low when we were coming in?
I think it sounds fine.
I'm touching myself a lot here.
Maybe.
I don't know. Maybe it's just my headphones.
You got no snare in your headphones.
Yeah, no. Oh, there you go. That sounds a lot better to me.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it was just the volume and my headphones was off. And that makes sense because, I tinkered a little bit.
Twinkle, twinkle, baby.
Oh, no.
There you go.
There it goes. I knew it was possible. I kept telling myself, it's possible. You could do it. And I did it.
Oh, to smoking?
Yeah.
It is possible.
I'm going to shove this in there. I think I got pulled out a bit. There we go. I like that better. All right. Sorry. This might be a new camera angle and the way we're cutting the video. We're going to test some things. Last week's video didn't come out too well. We had some camera issues and we just thought it was good to just cut that out. So the audio should be up soonish. No, it should be up by now. And then this one should be up shortly after that.
Yeah, you'll probably hear us talking about video.
Yeah.
But
there was video issues happening as we were recording. There was video issues happening after the recording of the video. We thought was good. It was like, okay, we got it from one camera. We should be good. Was not good. And I don't know what the problem. I think
this
the problem
one should
is
be
Intel.
Good, though, right?
Intel's the problem.
This one should work.
This one should be good. I think.
Okay. I guess time will tell.
You know what we didn't check?
What?
We knew it could record the two instances on the one computer.
Yeah.
We didn't know was if it could, if that recording came out well. Because you know how yours came out choppy.
Do you want to stop and check?
No.
Okay.
No. I don't know. Maybe I didn't delete them. I could look. Okay.
Oh, no. I thought you meant check this video.
I don't want to stop this video.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant check this one. We can check that other one from the UFC. It was a really good UFC, though. That was one of the more exciting matches that we got to experience. And too bad we didn't have video because we showed dogs and other stuff. I don't know what we were doing. We were doing some shit.
Let's see if this is clear. That looks pretty clear. I can't hear anything, but it looks clear.
Oh, yeah.
All right. I think it should be okay.
Okay.
I hope the audio is recording too. Jesus. I didn't think about that.
Oh, you can turn the audio off.
I don't know.
Don't mess with it if you don't have to.
I can't because it's already there. I just don't know what the audio track's going to be.
Word.
Which I think should be fine. Like it's there. It's showing that there's audio there, but I've never actually heard the audio come through. And it could just be like we have the channel down. Maybe we just didn't hear it. Maybe that's what it is. Let's turn this up. No, that's 4. No, we had it up. This was it. It's not muted, is it? No. No, that's Bluetooth. It's this one.
Yeah, it's not muted.
That's the channel we should have heard from. Fuck, I didn't change the setting on that thing yet.
What do you got to change on there?
I think I could change the setting on it.
Hey.
Settings, outputs. Let's see. Routing? No. It's setting system. No. It was setting.
Outputs?
I don't think it's outputs. Faders? No. Outputs.
Multi-track, yeah.
Post
No?
fader. Pre-fader. All processing effects and fader be included. All processing effects, fader applications will be included in multi-track. Processing effects. Yeah, that's on right.
I think it'll work. We're messing with
wait.
the Roadcaster right now. Just for,
USB. That's the one we wanted.
we want USB on.
We want post fader. Processing effects and fader positions will be excluded from multi-track. So if we put post fader on, then our effects will be included.
Do it. Turn it on.
But I don't want to do it and then mess up its connection here.
Do you want to pause it then and then do it?
No. We'll just do it next time. I just
Okay.
got to remind myself
Okay.
to come here and do that. Yeah, I just got to remind myself to come here and do that.
So-
This way, the next time we have like people over and we do it's those will get recorded.
Oh, okay.
It's the voice effects. The voice effects.
We don't need those for
That's
today.
the button I need to turn on.
Okay.
Yeah, we don't need those right now. So
No.
I don't want to touch it and break it. I'm really good at breaking things that I touch. It's a bad habit.
So I got a bad habit.
Dude, I'm excited. Like, I feel like after this writer's strike is finished, we're just getting trailer after trailer after trailer of things.
Yeah, dude. We got a lot of shit coming out.
So much content. Like the Madam Web trailer came out. Have you seen it yet?
No. That's the girl Spider-Man, right?
Multiple girls, Spider-Men's, Spider-Women's, Spider-Peoples. There's lots of Spider-Peoples across the dimension. They're not just alternate Spider-Men like you've seen, like Gwen Stacy. Like they get bit by different types of spiders in different events and different powers and people.
Porky Pig.
Yeah, like the Porky Pig or Spider-Woman or Silk or different things, you know? So Madam Web is one of them. She's usually in the comics depicted as like an older, blind person on life support in a wheelchair. Here, she's a young woman and is very able-bodied and can also see the future as part of her powers.
That's a big one, seeing the future.
Yeah, well, that's part of her ability, Madam Web, and she would use the spider people across the dimensions to as agents to fix issues in the web of destiny.
So how far ahead in time can she see?
I guess it's dependent because time is always changing.
So is it just infinite?
I don't know. I can't remember because I didn't read a lot of stories that featured her, and the ones that I do remember, like more vividly, come from the animated show from the 90s. But that show altered some story arcs and storylines from the comics. It's in itself its own universe of Spider-Man, a different version, if you would.
Well, usually this is just from like regular superhero stuff. Like usually when someone can see the future, they don't put any limit on it, right? They're just like, oh, they can see what's going to happen. You know, like they always kind of do that kind of thing. I would think it would be more funded. Like they can only see like 5 minutes ahead. They're like, oh shit, something bad's going to happen. Like they have no time to do anything about it.
I've seen jokes like that before where they've had like, one of my superpowers, I could see into the future. And they're like, yeah, but you can only see 2 seconds into the future. You know?
Yeah,
it's
like you wouldn't
nothing
know.
worthwhile that you could do anything with.
Really, you just can only affect something around you. Like, but if you're across town,
You have enough time to be like, fuck. And then you get hit by the bus.
or you jump out of the way because you have that. But what if it's more like 5 hours or something?
Like you split second, enough time to like have a split second.
Yeah.
And that can be like your superhero name, Split Second Steve or something, you know?
Is there a Split Second, dude? That's a good superhero name.
That's a good one.
We should make Split Second.
Yeah.
He can only see
enough to make split second decisions.
Which would be beneficial in a fight. Like if you see that they're gonna throw something at you or punch or swing, like but it's only in the moment kind of. And then later on, he increases it to like 2 seconds. Like, dude, 2 seconds, he would feel like invincible, dude. After like, it's like training with weights on, dude. Like,
yeah.
And then he gets 30 seconds, and he's like, "What is all this time? Like, this is so much time."
The dude is just like he's overwhelmed with the amount.
Yeah,
of
that
power
could be the story.
Like,
eventually, he gets more. He keeps adding more and more time.
Yeah,
you know. And then now he can see a minute. So now he can start doing more like, like trying to save people. And then when he gets to like 5 minutes, he's like really like putting it into overdrive. He's like, I can get across town. I can do it. Like, I don't know. That'd be a funny like storyline, I think. Split second. He's gaining seconds, but very slowly. Like,
for sure, yeah.
Like this is going to take like years and decades for him to get like a substantial, like what am I trying to say?
Substantial.
I said substantial or something.
Substantial. Making your own words for split second comic books.
Substantial, yeah, dude. Like his power is substantial.
That's just the common phrasing for that one word in this universe.
Substantial. All right, we got to write that down or something.
Well, we don't need to. It's recorded,
okay,
man.
It's recorded.
We just got to write it down and publish it before we release this.
I know, right?
The people don't steal our
second.
shit.
I know. We got to look up Split Second. All right.
The superhero.
We just came up with one, dude.
What would his arch nemesis villain be? Would it be like...
It would be something that takes away time. What takes away time? Like,
would it be the opposite of him, like they would in like The Flash or something, or would it be
you? What if he ages you? Like he can age you. You just wither down into fucking dust, dude. He can really like he can slow you down. And Split Second is actually like gaining time on himself, so he's actually like getting slightly younger.
What if it's not like that simple, like where it's just something that affects him physically, but something that affects his what the fuck? Did you see it? Did you see the balloons?
Okay, see?
Did you see the balloons?
See?
Did you see it?
No,
How did I do that?
I told you it happened to me and you didn't believe it.
I did, dude.
You were like, yeah.
What did I do
sure.
to
I don't know.
To do that,
I don't know how to generate it from the. And is it just in Sony? Is it just Sony?
I don't know.
I think it's just for us. I don't even think it's getting recorded. I think we just saw it on the screen.
Yay, balloons.
I don't know. I think it just does it with a certain like motion.
That's what I'm trying to do. What was I doing? I was gesticulating.
We're talking
here.
about Sebastian. Come on.
Oh no! I thought that the villain would be good if it was a villain that like was able to jump in and out of time. So Split Second powers are able to react based on them seeing a split second in time, right?
Yeah.
But if the creature that he's fighting is capable of appearing in and out of time,
yeah,
then Split Second wouldn't be able to see their attacks coming.
It would be difficult.
Yes.
It would just be more difficult.
So it's like he can't rely on his powers.
He's gaining time.
And that would be a good character arc, yeah.
So he is getting stronger. So he gets fucked up by this guy, but as he's gaining more time, he's actually being able to stop his kind of like teleportation in and out of time. So yeah, that would be a good like arc too. So he's gaining on him, but he's still getting fucked up in the meantime.
Exactly.
So in the beginning, he's just getting fucked up by this guy. But like sometimes he's able to like see something coming.
Yeah, because I mean they have to overcome it. So then his power can evolve to where his field and perception of time is now enhanced enough to see things as they pierce through time. Which then, as a person who's able to perceive outside of time, he gets like welcomed into like a time society or something. And he finds out that like, oh, your time power is more special than just you as an individual. It's like a shared community.
There's a whole time society.
Yes.
And they make like ridiculous watches and shit, dude.
Right. And they all have like the special watches to get them.
Yeah, there's like tinkers and stuff like that. There's guys that you walk into their store and they just got like those like cuckoo clocks and like.
And now they can like teach him how to master the different levels of his time.
Well, watches are pretty amazing how we figured that out, like we figured it out pretty early.
And to be consistent with it.
Yeah. Like the way that they make, like there's super intricate watches that are made to this day. It's like it's like a welder or something. It's like a very like few people know how to do it.
I've got a couple watches that are just like, like the self winding watches that you have to wear to wind them and everything.
Yeah, kinetic energy. Mm-hmm. It goes off of kinetic energy and recharges.
Well, it doesn't recharge. It's an actual winding. Like there's no battery in the watch. It's an analog watch. And it's cool because it's got a skeleton design, so you could see the little gears moving inside of it.
That's what I'm saying. We've made really intricate watches.
And they call it it's crystal something, I think, right? Like there's a specific like little thing that they can put in the watch that's like, oh wow, that means you've got like cool watch. And then there's different like watchmaker techniques. Like I think like Japanese watches are supposed to be like super precise and shit or something.
Well, the Swiss, right? The Swiss
Swiss.
They make the best watches, right? Or who is it?
No, I think it's the Japanese make a component in the watch that's like the best.
Oh.
Yeah, at least I'm trying to remember. It's been years when I bought this watch at like a jeweler and shit. Like it's probably one of the more expensive pieces of accessory that I own. I don't even take care of it. I think I bought it for like $300 or $250 or something like that.
But yeah, you always see like the old.
That's a lot for me. I spent like $20 on a watch at the time.
I always wanted that Casio watch with the calculator. I always thought it'd be cool if I got. I'm like, I could do math.
And here we are with like $400 watches on our wrists anyway, and we're still not considered like outside the norm.
But this watch does a lot of cool stuff.
I know.
You like the Galaxy watch, right?
Yeah, I'm cool with it. I mean, there's some things like I hate. Like, I don't know if this is like, are you like on the latest update and everything?
Yeah.
When you get like new tiles, like if an app updates and they have like a new set of tiles or they refresh their tiles. Now, every time I get like this little red dot, you see that dot back there?
Yeah.
Tells me that there's a fucking tile to go view. And now I have to go actually come in here and view it. I want to turn that feature off because I don't want to be notified of fucking new tiles. If I want a new fucking tile, go look for it. But every single day I've got to come in here and look at a new tile because apps are always fucking updating their fucking tiles.
Yeah, no, mine doesn't do that. But mine's also different though too because I still have the.
Oh, because you're running the 4.
No, this is the newest.
That's 6?
This is the newest 6. It's 6.
Yeah, and then I don't know.
It's the 6 original.
But they put a twisty thing back on it?
Yeah.
I thought they removed that.
They did. For yours.
In my generation.
Yeah, and then when they made the 6, they brought it back.
I do think that the Pixel Watch looks cooler.
But they have that no bezel, and they have this one. So they have 2 different versions.
I would go with the little bezel spinning. I used to spin a lot more on my other watch, and I feel like I don't use any of these faces because I can't spin easily.
You would like this then.
I like the spin.
Yeah, you would like the. Yeah. So if you get the 6 and up, they're gonna keep this. I think people ask for this back.
Yeah, and the Google does theirs with the little crown. You can spin it around, and that was great. I liked the Google Watch, and I thought it was cool and everything. My problem with it was, it was way too easy to scratch because it was round. The flat surface, like you couldn't put a normal screen protector on it. Like you end up with a whole fucking case or something anyway. And at the time, I didn't want that. The second thing I didn't like about it was I had like the keyboard that's just numbers.
Yeah.
On the Pixel Watch keyboard, it doesn't have a period. So you can't do fractions like decimals. You can't do like 13.5, you know?
Yeah, that's annoying.
And on this one, I can't.
Yeah.
So that was my main reason for switching.
Also, too, like the Samsung does use a whole screen. I remember you telling me, you're like, yeah, because remember I was like, oh, that's a pretty big screen.
I mean, they don't on this because of the bezel. Well, is digital, right? And yours, the bezel is thick, but it moves. So at least it's a functional area that's being used.
Well, I'm saying the Samsung compared to the Pixel. Remember the Pixel? They didn't use all of their surface.
They had a thicker bezel in it too, but I feel like the screen size was ultimately the same.
Was it the same?
Yeah, it was ultimately.
I felt like
the
it was smaller, and then you were like, yeah, they don't go all the way to the.
Well, it just didn't go edge to edge.
Yeah,
but none of them really do.
That one doesn't either.
But no, this one doesn't either. I mean, you can see that black ring on it.
I still feel like you got more than the Pixel.
No, it's just because it's flatter.
Is it flatter than the Pixel?
This is flatter, and the Pixel's rounded.
Is that what it was?
Yeah, it's got like this pebble design to it. Which was cool.
For beating.
It was like a pendant.
It's like for water to beat off of your watch or something.
No, it's just a design.
I know. I'm saying that's what
they were going for, like fashion-esque kind of like also function.
I guess.
And they do weird things like they don't do wireless charging anymore. They do contact charging.
Huh.
So you have to use a specialized charger. You can't just like buy a third-party 3-in-1 charger.
Yeah, I mean, even with these watches though, too, you do have to have some kind of a raised. It can't just be flat.
Yeah, but at least they're more abundant.
Yeah, I got a Samsung removable charger, and the center of it is raised so they can charge their watches. So they kind of built it into their.
Yeah, it's kind of like domed. So this sits in there, right?
Yeah.
And they like you can get like so we have them both. Crystal's got hers for the iPhone and I've got mine, but we have the 3-in-1 charger. It charges like our AirPods and the watch.
Yeah.
And the phone wirelessly. It's like a little stand. But for the Pixel one, you would have to get very specific, so you're more limited because they're not using something that's more standardized.
Yeah.
And I think it was true for the way that they wireless charged anyway, but I don't know.
These companies try to stand out, and then they don't want you buying third-party
I care about my accessories.
They want you to buy theirs. Because I don't need
all this random stuff just sitting on my desk or my nightstand, you know?
Yeah, plus give third parties a chance to
always looking for the charger. Nice. Just if I can just set the phone down somewhere and be done, that's what I do.
I really like those tables. Have you seen those tables that have built-in chargers?
Yeah.
Like
I was gonna do that to this table too.
Yeah, because
but I did not.
They have like ones that have like a wide area, so it doesn't matter where you set it on the table.
Yeah,
as long as you set it down.
Like a larger mat.
Yeah, dude, did I show you the LiFi that they're working on?
The LiFi?
Yeah. So there's apparently, let me find the video. So they're going away from Wi-Fi. It's just not fast enough for what we're going to need in the future.
Mm-hmm.
So there's Wi-Fi that you can get from Light.
You know what? I think I do remember hearing about this a while ago when the technology was like first being looked into.
Yeah. Yeah. So let me just find the breakdown of it, because some of the transfer speeds are fucking crazy, dude.
Yeah, and I think the thing too is that it can go through like
A new wireless network that is 100 times faster than Wi-Fi and works with light is coming. This system is called LiFi. It stands for light fidelity. Instead of radio waves, it transmits data through trigger light from common LED bulbs to receivers that can detect photons and convert them back into information. We cannot see the flicker in the light. This flicker is invisible to the human eye because it is over 60 hertz. The speed of this wireless system is 100 times faster than Wi-Fi and can reach 224 gigabytes per second. 4 companies are currently working on this system, and Philips is the best known of these companies. The usage area of the LiFi system is thought to be as follows. For street lights, car headlights, and home and office devices. You can think of it as a kind of Wi-Fi booster. The biggest disadvantage of Wi-Fi is considered to be the range. Due to its low range, it is intended to be used together with Wi-Fi and 5G technology. A new wireless network that is 100 times faster than Wi-Fi.
100 times faster, dude.
So do you need to be in like direct contact with that light in order for it to work?
Yeah, see, you couldn't see the video. Here, I'll let you. So see, that it's a light flicker that's not detectable by the human eye.
But if I like cover myself under the covers to look at my phone, am I going to lose internet connection?
Well, see, this is what you do. That's what they were talking about at the end, that the limitations of Wi-Fi is the range. They don't have a far range, so you would use both together. You could use them together. So if you're not under direct light or something, you would get the Wi-Fi. And then if you're under the light, you get the LiFi.
Yeah.
It's pretty crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, oh shit, dude.
Sorry, I was trying to slide up. That's what mine does, but yours is not mine.
And mine is not yours. Yeah, dude. I don't know. I saw that and I was like, holy shit, man. The future's getting crazy, dude.
The future has been getting crazy.
I'm like, just gonna get our Wi-Fi from fucking light now, dude. Like, what the hell is going on, dude? But I mean, it's gonna fix the problems that we have with Wi-Fi, but it's not gonna replace it. They're gonna be used in conjunction. You're still gonna have 5G, but
and that makes sense.
Yeah, but if you use them all together, now you have a powerful fucking network, dude. Like, you know. Now you're not your range and everything, all the shit that you were worried about before. I mean, you could just.
I think the biggest problem for integration like that is it would be much slower, because as far as the integration of like an adaptation of it,
how long it's going to take to.
What it looked like was that you would need a lot more specialized type of devices in there, like replacing your lights in your house or something.
Probably just have different LEDs, but some of these LEDs, like the Philips ones, like Philip is working on it. They already have apps for their lights. Like Xerx, he has a bunch of smart light bulbs that he's already using in his kitchen, like in his recessed lighting. So like it would just be a fucking software update for those lights, and then they would start transmitting. So like some of it would probably end up working with some existing systems. So
yeah, that's true.
And then eventually, once they get to a certain point, they could probably turn any light into a LiFi fucking transmitter or something, dude.
Transmission system.
Yeah, like who knows, man? In the future, it'd just take over, like technology. Like you always see like those movies where they just touch things and they just kind of like.
It would definitely be cool and interesting to see. And it's like, you know, if you live closer to the freeway, you get better reception.
Yeah, as you're driving through the car, your car, you're getting. You can connect to your network or something, you know, and you're getting fucking 100 times faster speeds.
I wonder what that's going to do to light pollution.
I don't know, man. What is it going to do to our fucking skin? You know, like we can't see this blinking light, but
you're right.
Maybe it's fucking us up, dude. Who knows? Who knows what the future's going to bring, man? It's going to be crazy. And it's happening faster and faster, man. Things are changing. Things are changing. But it's exciting at the same time. I keep looking at your
video, and I think you need to like sit close, like at an angle. Let me see, it's like the side of your face.
I can sit more like this.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is fine. Boo doo boo boo boo.
It looks good though.
All right.
Yeah.
Right.
I think it works. Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Okay, so we got a new superhero character, because I was thinking about this the other day too. I was like, dude, we need more characters, man. Like, you get tired of seeing the same old fucking guys with their super strength or whatever, or they can fly. You know, you got Superman, and then you got like Black Adam, and you got fucking Shazam, and it's like they're all kind of Homelander. They're all kind of like similar abilities. Like. It's cool. There's other, like, I like Todd McFarlane when he made fucking Spawn, dude. Like, that was so different. Like, and I remember the TV show, dude. Did you ever watch it on HBO? Spawn?
The TV show?
Yeah. Spawn was a.
Oh yeah, they came out with like an animated TV show. No, I missed that one.
It was a graphic fucking...
I didn't do it like it was a graphic novel type thing.
Yeah. And it was a crazy... Dude, I'm like watching this show. I'm like, what the...
When did it come out?
Fuck, dude.
I know they were talking about it, and I missed the release, I think.
When that came out, dude, I was like, holy shit, dude.
But the last Spawn adaptation of anything I've seen was just that movie from the 90s? 2000s? 90s? 90s, right? 80s? 90s.
90s.
That's what I think about Spawn when I think
Spawn animated. 1997, dude.
A 97 animated one. No, I didn't see that.
Yeah, dude. It was...
No, I thought they were doing a redo of Spawn. Like, they were bringing him, like, more recent. I thought there was something newer coming out.
No, this is from HBO, man. This is back in the days, dude. They had a... It's got 78% on Rotten Tomatoes. People are going back and watching it.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
It was gritty. It was fucking bloody. Like, they were shooting.
We should check it out. Me and Crystal have been going back and rewatching some old shit lately. Oh, dude, did we talk about my mushroom trip at all?
No.
That shit was fucking freaky.
There's a clown, dude. The clown was... And then I want to say it had like nudity and stuff, dude. There'd be like pole dancing and shit. Like, they went for it on the TV show.
It's probably why it was on HBO at the time.
It was only made for HBO.
Couldn't get anywhere else.
It was kind of like a gritty, kind of like a Batman, kind of dark. You remember that same era of Batman? Like, that was kind of that, but with Spawn, and he was a fucking crazy animal, dude. And he had a crazy cape that would like shoot shit out and kill people, and like he would get fucked up. Like, Spawn wasn't perfect. He would get fucked up, dude. Like,
well, I remember that from the movie, and I remember that from a little bit of animated stuff in the comics.
Yeah.
But I never watched that particular thing you were talking about.
It's on Max. Yeah, I just saw it. So, or Hulu. You heard Hulu's talking about, or not Hulu, but Disney Plus is going away. Oh yeah,
they're merging it with Hulu to one bigger app. Like, they're just going to merge all their stuff and rebrand as a whole different thing.
They're trying to buy, because Disney only owns part of Hulu.
Yeah, they're trying to buy out the rest of them.
Yeah, they're trying to buy out Comcast, because apparently Comcast owns part of Hulu.
Because they're losing money, I guess, in
running two apps.
Streaming. Yeah.
Yeah, and people are not subscribing to Disney Plus like they want, so they're losing millions and millions of dollars, I guess, a day. And
so now they've got rid of the ads for their subscription, I think, as well. Like, they were beta testing it of getting Hulu, ESPN Plus, and Disney Plus for a reasonable price, and none of it had ads.
Yeah.
And so now they're going to take all three of those, and they want to bundle them into one thing.
I mean, that's basically what Max already did. So they gave them the format, because Max was HBO Max.
HBO Max and Discovery.
And then they merged with Discovery. Yeah. And then Discovery has HGTV and fucking everything. That, not Paramount, what the fuck? That Discovery had. So all their nature shit and all that stuff's all on Max now. And
that was like the thought too with Paramount Plus when it became that, because before it was CBS All Access.
Yeah, I had that for a
And
little bit.
when Paramount, I think they bought out CBS, they became Paramount Plus at one point, or they rebranded to like include all of the Paramount product of like movies and TV and stuff that they owned on top of the CBS. And then they also owned Viacom. So that incorporated like MTV, Nickelodeon, VH1. I think Comedy Central.
Comedy Central is on Hulu.
I know that
Comedy Central.
No, Comedy Central is on Hulu because they still have an agreement with them.
Is that what
individually?
It is?
Yes, but because
they're part of Paramount.
Hulu does like when it airs live somewhere, you can watch it here thing. That's how they that's how they started it.
Yeah.
But all of the South Park specials and releases that are like specifically streaming based, they all show up on Paramount Plus.
Yeah.
Like the individual South Park, here's your reign, do what you want, make a Paramount Plus special for us. Stuff all happens there.
Paramount's different from Universal, right?
Universal is NBC, I think. Universal NBC?
Are they part of Disney?
I want to say they're the same. No, they're not. ABC is Disney.
Yeah.
Or if it was, I don't know if it still is.
But Universal was part of Fox, right? And then Disney.
No, Universal wasn't part of Fox. Fox was its own thing.
It was its own. But they had... I'm just going by what they had at Universal Studios. And at Universal Studios, they have a Simpsons area.
Yeah, they have a licensing agreement.
Is that what it...
Yeah.
That's how they got Simpsons.
That's how they got the Simpsons stuff.
Okay, that makes more sense then.
That was before Disney bought them out.
Yeah, because Fox is gone. Yeah.
But that's like one of the...
But they still have FX, though.
Like DC is owned by Discovery and HBO now because HBO had originally purchased DC.
Yeah, and then Discovery bought...
Or Warner Brothers. HBO Warner Brothers, and now Discovery owns Warner Brothers.
Yeah.
But all of that stuff was licensed out too to like Six Flags. And they're like a whole different entity.
Yeah, because they have the
and that's
Riddler.
why you can get like those themed DC superhero rides, and you see them when they come in and the Looney Tunes and all that stuff at Six Flags. It's like, we need characters. We're not going to build our own. Can we borrow
know about
yours?
all this combining though, man.
It's confusing as fuck, bro.
Well, it's just
to keep up with who owns who.
Well, it just turns into like two companies that own everything.
That's called a fucking monopoly, yeah. And it's already true with products you own, like Pepsi and Coca-Cola are in battle. They own like all of these other brands underneath them.
We did. We showed that, or we looked at it together. Remember?
Yeah.
There's like 7 companies that own all the food.
Own everybody. Yeah. Like Unilever owns like pretty much every like Dove, and
Nestle owns like a whole fucking section, and Coca-Cola and Pepsi own their own shit. Yeah. There's a whole... And it's like crazy stuff. Wheat Thins and like is under certain this or that, and like...
And dog foods and different brands like that. They have their fingers in everything.
Yeah, and it's only like 7 companies.
I know. It's crazy.
That own like hundreds of fucking brands.
That's one of like the biggest things is like people are always blaming the government for all of this like fucking...
Well, they did let them happen.
Money. Yeah, of course. But we're not fighting the companies still. We're still fighting the government. We should all just be fighting the companies.
Well, ultimately, we can affect things by our purchasing power. So, we're not buying.
It's not changing anything.
Well, we're not paying for Disney Plus, so they're fucking having to do something. You know, it's like they're like, all right, we got to combine shit because this is not working.
I feel like that's a problem in its own because everybody decided to go out and make their own streaming platform, which and they didn't do it for anything that was cheap or anything. You know, it became this huge thing where it's like, well, that content is exclusive to us, which is fine and all, but now you've got people who have to pick and choose. Oh, because everything else is too expensive.
Yeah, well, I mean, that was Disney's big swing because they had a lot of content already on Netflix. And remember all the shows that, you know, the Jessica Jones and the Daredevil and
Netflix
Punisher.
has been at the game for so long that And they're always, one of the other things is that they always come out with the content like all at once too. And they bundle in themselves with all these other like carriers and stuff. Like everybody offers Netflix with your phone plan.
They've gotten into Roku. They've gotten into all these TVs. I guess all of them are really in the TVs now. I mean, Disney.
And I heard, and I don't know what they're going to be used for. I can't remember, but Netflix is going to be setting up brick and mortar like locations now.
Yeah. I saw that too.
And I forgot what the purpose was.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
I can't remember. It was.
I think it was just they were gonna have videos that you could actually like rent. Some people do want a still physical disc because more and more stores.
Netflix is the one who killed that.
Yeah, so bring it back as a novelty, and people will go. You know, like,
I don't know. I couldn't see myself ever going back to discs and shit, dude. I was in the fucking Safeway parking lot the other day. Okay. And I was in a rush. I need to get the car back to Crystal, you know? And so I'm trying to pack up my car quick. And I got this guy trying to give me a CD, you know? People, and he give you a CD guys. To like, you know, oh, take my CD. And so donate. I'm like, all right, I mean, just throw it in the trunk, bro. And he's like, oh, he keeps handing it to me. And I'm like, so I just don't have time. So I grabbed it and I put it in the trunk and I closed the trunk. And he's like, look, so we're actually, you know, taking donations for the CD.
Yeah. It's never free, dude.
And he saw because I was still struggling to put my wallet away when he approached me. Yeah. And so I had a $20 bill in there that was already had a purpose. Okay.
Yeah.
And so he's like, you know, I could break change for that 20. I'm like, no, this thing already has a purpose. He's like, I take Zelle too. And I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. And I open the fucking trunk and I just give him the fucking CD back. Yeah. And then the guy's like, are you still trying to sell it to me? And it's like, no, bro, I don't got money for you then. I don't need your CD. I've got Spotify. And I close my trunk and and I start trying to get back into my car. And he's like, you need to slow down, brother. And then he starts patting me like the dude fucking touched me. And shit. And I'm like, you shouldn't be fucking touching people, bro. That's rude. And I just get to my car again. And then on the fucking drive home, I was like, what the fucking year is this? Who has a fucking CD player? I don't have a CD player in my car. I don't have a CD player in this house. The closest thing I have to a CD player is a Wii U that's sitting and plugged in over there.
That laptop's got a CD drive, doesn't it?
No.
No, it doesn't?
No laptops have CD drives, bro. CD drives have been discontinued in laptops for like decades. This ain't got nothing. Nothing. This laptop someone gave it to me because it was broken.
Yeah.
And I wiped it and cleaned it up, and the only thing I need to do is buy a screen for it. Yeah.
But well, I mean, Christopher Nolan wants you to buy his movie. He said buy the physical copy so no one can take the movie away from you. Because you know these streaming
That's the thing, yeah.
Streaming services, they'll have content,
own the content,
and then they'll just decide they don't want to show you it anymore. Like Disney's been taking content off of their channels. Like people are deleting shit, you know. Like, and it's gonna become like a thing where like if you want it, you're gonna have to like have your own copies, man. Like,
yeah, that's true.
Yeah, it was funny that he was saying stuff like that, and I was like, I don't think maybe he knows some stuff too. I mean, he's in those meetings with those big companies, you know, so maybe he's hearing things. Nolan.
Oh, Nolan. I thought I was thinking about the guy in the parking lot.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I mean, fuck this guy? No, fuck that guy.
Bro,
fuck that guy.
He's trying to show you the future, man. You're going to need CDs again. No, dude, I don't know. I think people get too comfortable with you, man. Like, no one ever touches me, you know? Like, no one's ever patted me on the shoulders. Or like,
when you're short like me, they take advantage of you, man.
Yeah, they felt super comfortable, like you were not threatening at all. They just went in for it. They're like, "Come on, brother,
I'm so pissed off.
Brother, you gotta calm down, brother." Yeah, man, he was all up in there, dude. he's all rubbing your back. Come on, man. Did you flip out on him though? Did you really like back up like, hey, Don't be fucking touching me.
I just said stuff as I walked. I wasn't going to I didn't have time to...
You didn't want to confront.
I don't really want to confront, but as he was walking away and I was walking away, I was like, you shouldn't be fucking touching people.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I just said the first thing that came out of my mouth.
If somebody started I would have moved my body,
Crystal's worried. She's like, you shouldn't say things to people like that because they could just stab you. And I'm like, what the fuck kind of world we live in? That's our fear now. To just be stabbed in the grocery parking lot.
Well, anytime you're dealing with somebody that's willing to talk to you in a parking lot, it's sketchy already.
But fuck, man.
Or gas stations, they just walk up to you, hey, bro, hey. I'm like, nah, I don't got...
Where's that fucking sense of community where you just can feel safe going to the gas station or parking lot?
I mean, the thing is that when you live in cities that are huge, there's a lot of people. So you lose that. If it's a smaller town...
I told Crystal, and I think she agrees now, is then our next move is going to be somewhere more outside of a city area or different.
Yeah.
Just can't do it.
Yeah, just when the cities get big, as they get bigger, the less people it turns into one of those things. But obviously, bigger cities, you got more
you have more
entertainment,
amenities, and
you got food,
and restaurants, things. You don't want to live in a small town, but you don't want to be
town. You got
so
one restaurant
close to the city. You need to be there's got to be a middle ground or something.
You want the best of both worlds.
Right. I want the Hannah Montana experience.
Yeah, when you can get that, I mean, there's some cities that are a smaller town feel, so,
Well, yeah, and then, of course, they come up with the more, it's more pricier to be in them.
Yeah, it's all about location.
Because there's some places over here, in Buckeye.
Yeah.
There's this really cool community that's super built around the idea of being community driven. And there's places like that in Gilbert.
Yeah.
So, they exist.
You just got to go.
It's just, they're too expensive. They're $1 million places to be in those communities.
Yeah. You just don't want to be too far dude, did you see?
You just can't afford it. I don't mind being that far, but I just can't afford it.
We're going to be fucking millionaires. You can afford anything, dude.
One day.
This is going to be so big, dude.
We're already so big. We just don't even know it.
No, they're, that I saw some real working animation for the new hotel thing that they're building out there by the Cardinal Stadium, the Mattel.
Oh yeah, I've been following that thing because online you can watch it getting built in real time.
But the animations they're making where it's a whole pool area and you're able to just kind of wade in the water.
This thing's gonna be record breaking because it's an indoor theme park,
but it's gonna be it's got the rides, but it's also going to have the lounging,
the resort feel and everything.
Of being on a beach. I want to stay
there. I'm going to stay there. I'm so excited to have
and then the balcony,
theme park here.
They're having balconies that face the water and the rides and all this, so you can be entertaining.
They have got adult areas and
that'd be cool to rent out and we all just chill and go to a game or something and walk back to the room after the game and just
for sure. There was something very similar.
That'd be cool.
In a very much smaller capacity. But do you know the Egyptian motel off of Grand?
Dude, I've been hearing more and more about this fucking place, dude.
I've been there on a couple occasions and it's super chill. So it was this. It's this hotel. It's been around for
I've seen it. I think
it's
a bunch
been
of
around
times.
for half a century or something.
It was the rundown motel that was there, and then they fixed it up.
Someone bought it up. They fixed it up. They put a restaurant down there, a nice, more modern-esque urban restaurant. And then they took the outside area. They cleaned it all up. They put a stage area, an outdoor bar, nice different seating arrangements, fire pits, fake grass and shit. They made this patio space look real nice, and they still rent out the hotel room or the motel rooms. But they redid the motel rooms to keep a 60s retro vibe, but they're all modern amenities, like a 60s style fridge, but it's a modern fridge and freezer and microwave.
It's just a 60s feel.
And the bathrooms and everything are all upgraded and nice, and the bed and the furniture and the living space. And they had a little open house we were at, and we got to go into the rooms and check out the different style rooms and stuff. And I thought that would be so cool to stay there for like a night. Like if they have a big concert event or something, you know, stay there, watch the concert, have fun at the event. And we can even walk to different bars around the area and then walk back.
Yeah.
And we can like,
or just stand out on the balcony and listen, you know?
Yeah,
like,
just have a good time.
Have a drink. That's what they're building, but with the new Mattel area, it's going to have those sliding doors. So, you know, your whole balcony is now your room and shit. And you can just walk back and forth like that outdoor, indoor shit.
Yeah, they're really treating it like, you know, this is for that whole resort experience.
Yeah. You're going to feel like you're at a resort.
For sure.
But you're right next to the action. You know, if you want to get dressed and get ready, you can go down and have some dinner, you know, at a nice restaurant.
And there's so much to do over there in that area.
And the mini golf that they built over there.
The Tiger Woods one.
Yeah. And then you got you got the Dave and Buster's already. So if you really want to go,
there's the Dave and Buster's.
The movie theater.
There's movie theaters. There's got a whole different mall areas out there.
Yeah.
And then you know, Westgate's not too far from that whole area as well.
Yeah.
But they don't have that arena anymore there.
It's a concert venue though. They have a lot of concerts there.
Concert venue there now.
Yeah.
Lots of nice stuff, and that area is continually growing.
Top Golf's across the
I've
street.
seen some houses, like the new houses and shit that they're building over there for like $1.7 million houses. So fucking nice.
There's some nice ones, man. They're building. There's a road that they've been working on that's close to the stadium, and like it's gonna have some nice property once they fucking build it up. But yeah, it's starting to come around. It's starting to be a hub, a central area where people, because they have like big games, man. They have national championships and shit at the Cardinal Stadium, so that brings in, you know, everybody from Oklahoma or something, you know, that's gonna watch the national champion, you know, like, and these people travel well, and they come from fucking Texas and Mississippi and Alabama and shit.
Do you think they'll ever put more stadiums out in that area as it becomes more and more new?
Oh, like maybe the Sun Stadium or something, dude. I think Sun. Well, actually, funny you say that, because they are talking about renovating the baseball stadium.
I know they've wanted to work on that because they can't open and close that thing during, because they haven't fixed it yet, right?
Is it broken?
You don't remember when it broke?
I didn't even know. Yeah, I didn't know about this.
Yeah, so at the start of this, was it this last year's season that they one of the hydraulic systems or motors or something broke or snapped.
Oh, shit.
And it would have taken too long and too much money to fix at the time. So they've decided that since they still can open it, it's just a safety hazard to do it while there's guests there. So they can no longer open or close the top of Chase Field while the stadium is open to public. So they can only do it when it's closed, like when they do other renovative type things. So they have to pre-plan that stuff.
Yeah.
You know, which will eliminate things like the fireworks shows. You know, they would like open for the fireworks shows and close them if they needed to.
Well, they always made it a whole thing. I mean, they would play music, like it as it's opening and shit. Yeah, it was a whole. Well,
they haven't been able to do that at all this season.
Yeah.
Because there would just been no time to close them all down. So the renovation would have come at a good time, or they would have decided, well, let's renovate the whole thing if we're going to be doing it anyway.
Yeah. So I don't know.
Let's not waste the time we have to close down.
I don't know if they decided to just renovate or to knock it all down, because I heard that was an option too. It's just fucking level it and start over.
Because I think because they have to retrofit the thing for it. Like,
yeah, I think
because it was going to be too expensive to like just fix this one thing.
Yeah, you get to a certain point where it doesn't even make sense to fix it. We needed to redesign the whole thing, and you're probably better off just taking the whole fucking roof off. You know, like So I don't know if they're gonna. I don't know what they decided on, but yeah, if they did decide to leave like downtown, I think that's what they would go. They would go to there. Yeah, they would go to Glendale and fucking.
And what the fuck is up with the fucking Coyotes, brah?
I don't know. They were trying to get a stadium or something in Tempe.
They wanted the city of Tempe to build a stadium. They put it on a vote. Like, you know, if you guys
city.
build the stadium, will be your team. And
it got shut down, didn't it? Or
yes, because the city of Tempe's people said, fuck that shit.
Because it raises their taxes.
Because it was going to raise their taxes, yeah. And I guess the city of Tempe is like, it's, what do they call it? So like Phoenix can grow, right?
Yeah, there's an expansion area.
They can expand.
Yeah.
They can move.
They have a lot of land for their city. Yeah, for sure.
But the city of Tempe is landlocked.
Yeah, there is no more land
so
to
they
gain.
cannot expand the city at all. Like legally, there's no way that any portion of their border can expand.
Yeah, it's all closed in by other cities.
So because of that, everything that the city does that's built within their government structure has a lot of permissions and votes that have to go through. Like they have to dictate a lot of the things that happen in the city due to the space and the concern for the community.
Yeah.
So everything gets more scrutinized and than it would for like city of Phoenix.
But it all comes back to the same owners. Like they had problems in Glendale too. So like I feel like it's the organization that's the fucking problem.
Fuck yeah. Definitely. No, I definitely think so. Like they don't all their shit was bad before
they even got
things
to
got bad.
Yeah.
Like they were already like in debt with them before COVID, and then COVID they just stopped paying altogether.
Yeah.
And it was like the second or third time that all that happened. So eventually they just lost it. Because I remember when I went to one of the last few games that were at that stadium.
Yeah.
And we were thinking about getting season tickets at the time.
Really? Yes, we're like,
because we loved going to the hockey games. We always thought it was fun. You know, it's easy to follow.
That's a fun.
It's cool. We could wear a blanket or sweater. We always tended. Do you remember when I got those tickets in like the like a fucking great section with its own individual private bar and food area? Like it was the buffet area.
Yeah.
And it cost us like $30 or something. It was like super cheap.
Yeah. It was pretty cool.
For just a random date night. So we had a good time going to the to those games, you know? And I was talking to the guy and I set up like a phone call to like, because that's what they do. They're like, we'll set up and we'll give you a call and reach out to you about options and what's available for the season or something like that. Like you didn't just stay with them and do it all there, you know? He had to call you back. And so between the time that my phone call was scheduled for this season ticket discussion, I had read the news that they might be losing the rights to stadium. Like the news leaked that they weren't going to be allowed to be at that stadium anymore. So I was like, you know what? I think I need to wait because of that. And and the guy was like, oh no, we're working out the deal. It's all going to be fine. And even if something did happen, you would be compensated back for it. You know, your tickets would transfer. And I was like, I don't think I want to get into something like that. And I'm glad I didn't, because I heard a lot of people who did have season tickets were fucked.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like there was issues.
They didn't want to give them the money back.
Or the equivalency of it all, because their deal with ASU is where they went.
Yeah.
That was a shit deal for them, but it was the only thing they could do to continue playing out here. Yeah. Because like they didn't get any money from like the advertising rights or anything. ASU controlled anything that was going to be written on the ice and on the billboards. So they couldn't even put their logo on the ice.
So the Coyotes logo is not even on the ice when they play? I didn't even think
it was on the ice when they played, no.
That's so stupid.
I know. I believe that's how it went. I could be wrong, but I think that was part of that deal. This was a while ago, and then ASU kicked them out. I don't even think they got ASU.
Yeah,
anymore.
They said they had a lot of problems with them. I think
they had problems everywhere. So of course the city of Tempe was like, "Fuck that shit." Nobody wanted the Coyotes there. Poor guys.
They were like, they don't pay. I think that goes back to their pay. They're not paying them. They're supposed to be renting out the arena, but I don't think they're paying them. And they were like gonna lock the doors on them or something. I don't know, something. I remember reading something about that.
That must fucking suck to be a player who wants to play in the NHL.
Yeah.
You get signed by a team, and your team can't even fucking like keep their shit together.
You're like, where are we playing at? Oh, we're going to this college.
Like, what happens to your career?
Okay. You just keep going, man. You're like, well, I'm getting a paycheck. Even though the walls are caving in on me, I'm still getting paid. Like,
that's hard. That's got to be hard, you know?
Oh, yeah. It's got to suck for sure. I mean, anytime you're in a situation where you don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
But I mean, pretty much with athletes, you kind of, that's just your life. I mean, you can be the highest of the highs, you win the championship, and then the next year you get cut. You know, it's like the ebb and flows of sports is tough. You know, you're the best player on the team, and then you get hurt, and then you're out for a year, maybe longer, and maybe you just never come back. You're just never the same.
Yeah.
So
yeah, true.
Yeah, they definitely have it tough. You know, especially when you're not the marquee player. You know, you're just on the bench or something. You know, you're like, am I gonna stick around here? I don't know if they like me. You know, I'm just at the end of the bench. I'm just a backup. You know, like those guys got it rough. They're always looking over their shoulders and shit. But yeah, I don't know about hockey in fucking hot Arizona. Maybe that wasn't a good idea. You know, maybe they should have.
Yeah, maybe it wasn't.
I mean, they had the highest of high hopes, you know, that it was going to work, but...
I mean, it went for a good while, and they had some fan base, and I think they played pretty well at one point. Like, there was one year that they had gone pretty far.
Yeah, they've had good seasons, but they just never got the following.
No.
You need a strong fan base, and... Dude, I didn't grow up playing fucking hockey, you know? Like, I'm not going to watch.
True. But it's fun. I like hockey.
It is a fun sport. And when you do go to the game, it was entertaining. And it was like, whoa, these guys are fucking flying.
And I think it's because it's so cold there and you're already wearing a sweater and you got like a blanket sometimes, you know? You feel like a different sense of comfort, to me at least.
I like going in the stadium.
I like being in that... and then drinking a beer and stuff, and like the body feels warm on the inside, but you know it's still cold on the outside.
Yeah, it's comfortable.
It's good. It's comfortable. It's like,
I was
comfy.
never cold.
I'd rather be in a cold environment and control my own individual warmth than be in like a warm environment.
Because you can't make yourself.
You can't do anything.
You can't make yourself cold.
And everything you want to do is going to make you hot anyway.
It just sucks when you're out there. And you're just
like the food and the beverage is just so much better when it's cold. Like when your environment's cold, not the food cold. I don't know what I'm talking about anymore. And we're in an hour.
Yeah, I think we'll.
I think we can end it on that.
We'll eventually talk about your mushroom trip.
Oh my god, man, it was such a bad trip. It just was a bad trip. All right. Well, this has been Digital Cortex. My name is Thick Wick, co-host Randomstylez. We be hosting this shit, and then we be ending this shit. We hope you had a good time, and we'll see you next time. Later.
I don't
know what this was.